welcome back to another episode. My name is Mark Davis and I'm an integrative hypnotherapist with Reeves Rewired. So let's start this video by understanding that every client walks in with a unique story. And that means our approach can't be one size fits all. Think of it like a zookeeper. You wouldn't feed a lion the same thing you'd feed a monkey, right? Each animal has its own needs, its own temperament. It sounds obvious, but we need to adapt our methods to fit each individual. And this adaptability isn't just a nice to have, it's crucial for real progress. We're not just applying techniques, but we're tailoring an experience. It's about understanding that what works for one person might not resonate with another. So, by the end of this video, we'll understand how we actually do that, and we start by looking beyond the surface. Instead of getting lost in every little detail, we need to step back and see the bigger picture. Michael Yapko, a brilliant mind in our field, reminds us to focus on the forest, not just the trees. This means identifying the underlying patterns that drive a client's issues, rather than just treating the individual symptoms. For example, some people enter a trance state quite easily, while others might be more resistant. As hypnotherapists, we can't force it, and we have to observe how each of our clients reacts and adjust our approach. It's a dynamic process, and it's always shifting to meet the client where they are. This broad perspective helps us understand the true nature of their challenges, which then guides our next steps in goal planning for their treatment. Once we understand the patterns, we can work with clients to set goals that truly matter to them. We don't want to tell them what to do. It's about empowering them and using SMART goals, specifically measurable, achievable, and relevant, and time bound, but always with the client in the driver's seat. When clients explain what they want to change, they become more deeply engaged because maybe they're being listened to for the first time in what might be forever. This client-led approach builds incredible trust and rapport. It shows them that we respect their pace and their autonomy. And that trust is absolutely vital because without it, we risk a very shallow relationship. A shallow relationship between a hypnotherapist and their client is like trying to build a house on sand. It just won't last. The quality of our connection with a client is central to whether any technique will succeed. If we fail to adapt, if we don't truly listen, confusion and limited communication will follow. Clients need to feel safe enough to open up, to discuss their deepest issues without feeling vulnerable. They're subconsciously observing us, looking for someone who listens, who honors their preferences. And this deep bond is what keeps them motivated towards their desired change. But how do we build that bond when clients have such different personas and personalities? Well, that's where choosing the right style comes in, which we'll go into next. Just like our zoo animals, some clients respond best to a direct approach, while others need something more subtle. Now, As we've mentioned in previous videos, we have two main styles of approach. The direct, which was pioneered by Dave Ellman. It uses rapid inductions and clear commands. This works wonderfully for analytical and goal-driven clients who appreciate structure. But then there's the indirect approach, championed by Milton Erickson, one of the pioneers, which uses subtle metaphors and storytelling. This is often more effective for creative, reflective, and even resistant personalities. The key is personality alignment, and we have to consider the client's traits to decide which style will best engage them. It's about meeting them where they are and not forcing them into our preferred methods. Now, after discussing direct versus indirect approaches, let's talk about becoming a detective of cognitive styles. Because this is where we really start to tailor our approach. It's about spotting those unique ways someone thinks, like overthinking or perfectionism, so we can create a truly personalized treatment plan. Think of it like this. If you're trying to train a skittish gazelle, you wouldn't use the same methods as you would for a playful dolphin. Anxious personalities, for example, might thrive with gentle guided visualizations. They need that calm space to reshape their habit loops. But for someone with a more behavioral personality, action-oriented imagery and clear, smart goals might be far more effective. We're matching the intervention to the individual. This ability to adapt is what gives us the integrative advantage, which we'll explore next. Building on the idea of the integrative hypnotherapist, it's all about adaptability, and it's about having a wider range of skills in your toolkit so you can pick the absolute best method for each person you work with. Now, what use would a zookeeper be who only knows how to feed one type of animal? Not very useful. An integrative hypnotherapist like myself has a broader spectrum of techniques, and this versatility not only makes us more precise in our work, but also builds incredible credibility within our clients. When you can truly personalize the delivery, you build natural rapport, and this deeper connection allows you to get right to the core of the problem, leading to much stronger outcomes. And that leads us to the path of lasting positive change. So, by now, you will realize that the ultimate goal is lasting change. And this happens when our careful planning meets the client's unique responsiveness. It's not just about applying a technique, it's about making it work and stick. Our adaptability, using varied methods to meet the individual's needs, is absolutely crucial. It's how we build that natural rapport we just talked about. But beyond techniques, the quality of the therapeutic relationship itself plays a central role. It's the foundation upon which all suggestions and interventions either succeed or fail. So when we combine client-centered goals with a flexible methodology, that's when we unlock sustainable long-term transformation. So thanks for listening and joining me on this series. See you in the next episode.